sketchbook tour. Okay, I feel like I had this set up differently the last time I did a sketchbook tour because it's like, it's kind of weird. You can like see the side of my desk, but I don't remember how I set it up. Wait, maybe I can fix it. Hold on. Okay, is this better? Is it weirder that this is in the shot? Because this is like the thing that's like holding it up. I feel like it's fine. I think I'm overthinking and I think it's fine. And I think we should just start. So yeah, hey guys. I know it's been a little bit. Actually, I don't know how long it's been. I posted that last really long video, like I want to say like 3 months ago, something like that. And it doesn't have a lot of views, but that's okay because that's something I'm learning about YouTube and social media is like when you upload stuff, like especially the things that you work really hard on, sometimes those get the lowest views. And you know what? I need to be okay with that. And I think I am okay with that because it's kind of like, I get not wanting to watch like an hour long video, like an hour, or I think it was like an hour and a half, maybe, I don't know. I always talk too much in the beginning of the sketchbook tour and I just need to get into it, and I just need to get into it. Okay, anyway, oh my gosh, we need to fill this out. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, I wrote it down. June. Hold on, I gotta sit down. I gotta make it look good. 2026, baby. And we're gonna put an exclamation point for no reason. Yep, so I started this sketchbook last year in June, and I just finished it this month. Well, actually, no, it's like early February now, so I finished it last month, January 2026, which is pretty fast for a sketchbook, I think. How long is that? Like, I don't know, 8 months? Which is pretty fast for me, but I was having fun working in the sketchbook, so I always feel weird doing sketchbook tours a little bit because it's like I haven't done one in a while each time I do one, and so it's like, how do I do it again? And the camera just keeps wanting to go out of focus for some reason. Okay, there we go. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't think I have a lot to say about the sketchbook in general. This is, let me open it. So this is a Canson sketchbook, and it was the only one that I liked that I could find at Michael's at the time, and it's like a graduate sketchbook, so I think it was marketed as like a Canson like student sketchbook, so I don't really know what that means. I don't know if it's just like less quality than their normal ones, but it was fine. I think it worked pretty well. The only thing I will say about the sketchbook is that it started like peeling. It kind of has like a layer of stuff on the outside that makes it like really soft, and it started peeling, as you can see, but it's not too bad. I mean, I used it, and I'm always kind of rough with my sketchbooks, you know, I'll throw them around or I touch them a lot and I'm flipping through pages, so I think it held up pretty well. It just, you know, has that weird texture on it. I put these cute stickers on it. I'm obsessed with this sticker. It's like a little Polly Pocket thing. I don't remember where I got this, but let's get into the sketchbook, shall we? So like I said, started last year in June, finished it last month in January in 2026. This is my swatch page. I usually just do the front left cover as like my swatch. So here is the first thing. It's always weird looking through my sketchbook. I don't really know what to say right now. You know what? We need some more light. It's kind of dark in here. Is that better? There we go. There's some light. Some natural light. Because I'm actually doing this in the daytime. I know, it's shocking that I'm awake during the day. But yeah, this was gouache. I like how it turned out. I think it's cute for a first page. Little lobster. I get a lot of my references from Pinterest, which I know a lot of other artists do as well. It just, I mean, I don't know, it just has great references. What can I say? And it's great for like sketchbook drawing, I feel like, because I'm not trying to sell any of these drawings, right? It's just for practice mostly. Here's this page, this little flip out thing. I was just practicing. I think I was doing this in a separate sketchbook. I have a separate sketchbook, which here I'll show you. I don't know if I'll ever do like a tour of the sketchbook because I started it. This is my cat's paw print, by the way. He put his foot in paint and then stepped on it on accident. But yeah, I started this, or I guess the same time I started this sketchbook, I started this one. And this is like just a practice sketchbook. I wanted a sketchbook that was less intimidating than like my normal one. I just wanted one that I can like literally just work on things that I want to work on, like anatomy or faces or stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll ever do a tour of this one. It's kind of just like a throwaway / practice sketchbook. But anyway, this paper came out of this one. I did this on the beach in San Diego. We were at a beach called Dog Beach. I was with my friend in San Diego. And it's called Dog Beach because dogs are allowed there, and so there were dogs everywhere, and it was really magical, and I wish I could go back. What is this? This is watercolor, I think. Yeah, kind of random, but cute. There's a little boo-boo. Had to put some capitalism in there. That's just part of the culture. Here's some more drawings. I don't have a lot to say about these. This definitely came from that other sketchbook I just showed you. I like how this turned out. It feels kind of like cartoony. I don't know, I like the way I colored it. It's interesting. Even just looking at these first few pages, I feel like I can see growth in myself, like compared to how I draw now compared to these. Yeah, I think I could do them better, but I mean, I wasn't trying to make these perfect. It's a sketchbook, right? I'm always trying to remind myself in my sketchbook that things don't have to be perfect, and it's hard because I'm a perfectionist. Like this drawing, I was doing some trying to do some realism, and it just looked weird. I just didn't like how it turned out. And so I said, wait, why do I feel like this is bad? LOL, I haven't practiced realism enough recently. So, I don't know, just commenting, just critiquing, but not in a negative way, just critiquing. There's nothing wrong with critiquing your own work. I mean, I still kind of like how this turned out. If I squint my eyes, it looks cool. Here's a silly page, kind of ugly, but you know, just like processing. I do some process pages in here, which is kind of like, I don't really have a plan, I just doodle, and I don't remember if I heard this somewhere, or it was in a YouTube video, but I really liked it, so I wrote it down. It says, the process of making art is the really magical part. Or I think, maybe I said that. I don't know who said that. But I like to remind myself of that too, because sometimes I get caught up in, you know, what something's gonna look like. But sometimes you gotta just enjoy the art too, even if no matter what it ends up looking like, if you like the end result or not. It's also just fun to scribble and draw and let it out. I really like these little queens. It's kind of giving fairy. I mean, she looks like a fairy. She doesn't have wings, but I don't know, I like that. They look like little fairies. I think it's cute. This page, I really like this page. You can see it's kind of coming apart at the seams a little bit. This is my character Jill. If you've seen any of my other sketchbook tours, you've probably seen Jill. I've probably talked about her a little bit. I don't really have a backstory for anything. She's not really fleshed out. She's just a character that shows up in my sketchbooks. She's definitely a part of me. It's the silly part of me or the artistic part of me, I don't know. But I just call her Jill. I was gonna say I don't know why, but I do know why. It's because my old therapist's name was Jill. And I think I already said that in a previous sketchbook tour, but I just think it's funny. Anyway, I like this. I think it's cool. I don't know, her main feature, Jill's main feature, is she has really big curly green hair. So I think I was just using a bunch of my green art supplies and doodling and scribbling. I like it. These are Posca pens. I think I used some just acrylic paint in the background, and then I colored her in with Posca pens. I really love how this water bottle turned out. I remember when I made it, I really liked it, especially this part. I love the top part of the bottle. Hopefully it'll focus. It looks very intricate and colorful, but it's really just reflections. I don't know. I love when I see people paint like that. I think it's really cool. Where it's close up, it looks kind of chaotic and I don't know what I'm looking at, but then far away it's oh, it's a water bottle, you know? I like that. And yeah, I drew it from observation. I was proud of that. I guess there was a water bottle. I guess there was a water bottle on my desk that I was painting. More Posca pens and acrylic paint. I think all of this is acrylic paint. I drew this tree in my great aunt's backyard. She lived in Virginia, and so I drew that tree. And I kind of like how it turned out. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I forget, I think I used like Pentel markers, which if you use Pentel markers, you'll know that they're water soluble. So I added some water to it. I think I liked it a little bit more before I added the water, but I still think it's cool. Like, it kind of just bled a lot over here, but I think it's cute. This is just me experimenting with oil pastels and scratchy drawing and trying to not make everything perfect. I think my favorite part of the spread is this thing right here. I don't know why. It's like, I'm really interested in like space. Like, you'll probably see in my sketchbooks. I don't know. I don't do it on purpose. I just end up drawing lots of like UFOs and like kind of like landscape, like planet, atmospheres, environments, whatever. But I don't know. This reminds me of like a weird spaceship. I can't explain it. I don't know if you see it, but I see it. More acrylic paint. I really like how this spread turned out. I think I used those Pentel markers again because they're water soluble. I may have used like a water soluble crayon too, I'm not sure. But I like how it turned out. It's kind of like graphic looking. I don't know. Do you hear my neighbor's dog? These are my legs. I like this painting. This is gouache, I think. And then I think I used some like, I think they're called Carandash crayons. I think I used that for the background. I just wanted it to be kind of messy. And then this is colored pencil on like toned paper, I think. I just cut it out and wrote potato head. I don't know why. Kind of gave up on this page, but I don't know. I think it's kind of silly. This kind of looks like Jill. I don't think I was trying to make it Jill, but the green hair just makes me think of Jill. You'll notice a lot of these little sparkles throughout the sketchbook. I'm sure they're in my other sketchbooks a little bit, but I think I've just been doing them more and more. They're definitely going to be, like, you're going to see them more in the sketchbook. And like the one I'm working on now, yeah, it already has them in there. I remember I did this at one of the groups I was doing, so I'm an art therapist. So I was at like a group that I was leading for some kids, and we were just making art, and I made this. And I really like how it turned out. I was using like very cheap paint, I remember, and it kind of like wasn't blending exactly how I wanted it to. It's kind of like messed up the paper, but I don't know, I still think it turned out kind of cool. I like the texture. Oh no, I just smeared it. My hands are sweaty. Oh god. Here's some more of those stars. I don't know if I can get the whole thing in the frame, but there she is. This is like, I was doing this thing in art therapy, it's called bilateral drawing. This is kind of like a condensed mini version of it, but you take two art materials, it could be like a colored pencil, oil pastel, whatever you want, and you draw like at the same time with both your hands. And there's more to the process, but I don't know, I think I was probably feeling a little anxious or something, and I just wanted to scribble or get something down on paper. Or I may have done this at the office, I'm not sure. Sometimes some of my art therapy art will sneak its way in here. Random string. This is kind of what I was talking about with like the landscape, but also kind of like space. Like I have the UFO here. I really like how this turned out. I want to do more like weird, what's the word? Like fantastical landscapes. I think they look cool. But I've been thinking about recently like what the landscapes mean to me and like the use of like the UFOs and stuff. And I feel like it resonates with me because of what's going on in our country. If you live in the US, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't live in the US, you probably also know what I'm talking about. It's just been bad here for a while, but it's gotten pretty bad the last few years, and it's still getting worse. So anyway, all of that is to say, I think that's kind of why I'm drawn to these like fantastical landscapes and this like fantasy of like UFOs, you know, abducting people. It's kind of like, I have a drawing in my new sketchbook that's like that too, where I don't know, it's just like the idea that we can escape from the world that we're in, and it's, yeah, I guess it's just escapism, which really that's what a lot of my art is about. It's to escape from my feelings and express myself. So yeah, I like how this turned out, and I don't know, there's these weird shapes, and yeah, I wrote this up here, and I don't know, if you get it, then you get it. Yeah, this is 3 days after this happened. And then the guy who did it was like supposedly one of those people. I don't know, it's just so weird. Like American politics it's not even politics. It's just like, ugh. I have a lot of thoughts and there's too much to get into in one sketchbook for, but yeah, you'll see a lot of coping and processing about politics and things in this sketchbook. So anyway, I like this drawing. And I think it is watercolor. I think it's like, yeah, I think it's watercolor. Here's another drawing I did with some kids at like a group. It was on a big piece of paper, so I glued it in. I don't know if I can like show the whole thing or not, but there it is. A little tree, or a big tree, I guess. Does anyone recognize who this is? This is, do I have to say it, or should I just like let you guys guess in the comments? I think he's kind of recognizable. He's not a good person. That's your hint. So I thought it would be funny to paint him and then just put like some like pretty girly flowers in the background, because he looks all angry, but he's really just like a big bald head guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, just some more process art. I guess that's what I'm calling it. I think these paintings are okay. Just kind of practicing. I think I had some extra paint, so I did these little circles. Here's more of that like fantastical landscape stuff. I think this is Jill. I think this is supposed to be Jill, kind of. But yeah, I mean, there's like references to things. I feel like escapism, and I don't know. I also like on these pages, I feel like I do some like writing and processing underneath, and then I go on top with the art, which has kind of been fun. I don't do it on purpose, it just happens like that. These remind me of like cactuses though. Cacti. These remind me of cacti, like the little flowers. Here's a cow being abducted, kind of funny. More landscape and UFOs. I really love drawing UFOs. Like I'm trying to get my style down, like how I want to draw them. I remember when I drew this one, I really liked it. Like I like how skinny it is. I like that style. I don't know, it just looks cool. Another UFO. I don't know who these men are. This is lots of just like processing. Look, they're my big sparkles. They're coming back. I told you there'd be a lot in this sketchbook. I'm like sweating. I'm like picking up stuff on my hands because I'm sweating. I'm ruining my sketchbook. I'm nervous. I don't know. I like how I did these clouds. Those are interesting. Ooh, I really like this page. So this is some alcohol ink stuff that I was doing for art therapy. And I just put them in because it was kind of unfinished. So I think they look cool there. And then this is from a reference of me when I was younger. And then you can see the alcohol ink got on the hair, but I don't know, it looks kind of cool. I like how this drawing turned out before the alcohol ruined it, but I mean, it's still kind of cool. I've been thinking about wanting to do paintings using references from like when I was younger, kind of that like early 2000-esque feel. I don't know, I like it. I remember I drew this at another art therapy group, just like doodling, and so I stuck it in my sketchbook. These are all acrylic markers. I got this, let me show this. I got this acrylic marker set. It was because we were using it at our office, and so I got one for myself, and I really love them. I don't know if the brand is like good, I don't know if it's good, but the markers have lasted well. So the brand is TBC, The Best Crafts. And they're just these acrylic markers. They're really, like, they've held up really well. I've had them for a little bit now. I think the lighter colors are starting to fade a little bit, but like, they've been pretty good. They've held up pretty well. I love them. I think I use them a lot in this sketchbook. And I want to get even more acrylic markers now. I'm on the acrylic marker train. Like, I get it. I totally get it. Some more art that I did at the office, probably. I like the texture of this. There's some, like, once again, just like cheap paint. It's like metallic. I don't know, I was just having fun. I guess I pasted this on here for some reason. Kind of fun, kind of random. Here's a process page. I don't know. I put some like scraps on there that I had from something else. Every now and then I would like go back and like add something else to it. I don't know. Yeah, kind of like collage almost. It's giving collage. Some faces. I like how most of these turned out. They're cute. Here's Dorothy with red hair, I guess. I got these crayons from Chili's, I remember. It's like those cheap, I have them, I'm looking at them right now. It's like those cheap crayons that they give you when they give you like a menu to color in at like a restaurant, but it was at Chili's, and I did steal the crayons, and I'm sorry, but I'm putting them to good use. Like, they're not going to waste. I just want you guys to know that. But like the crayons are kind of like, I don't know, it was giving like pastel-y colors. Like, I was just playing with them. I just liked how it looked. And I drew this little fairy girl. I used the acrylic markers I just showed you for this one. That was fun. You'll notice on some of my drawings, I think the other page just kind of like makes stains. Like, this has a bunch of stains on it from this page, but I don't really mind. It's just a sketchbook. I think this reference was Helly from Severance. I don't know if it looks like her, but I think that's the reference I used. Does anyone else watch Severance? Because I'm obsessed with it. I'm still getting through the second season with my mom. We're watching it together. And we've just been taking breaks in between each episode. I think I'm on like the very last episode of season 2 though. It's so good. It's really great. This is acrylic markers again. This was fun to do. I think these are all acrylic markers. Kind of creepy, but I really like this page. I did some like journaling kind of, and then I really love this Dalmatian. I just really like how it turned out. So I got these really big note cards. I'll show you what they look like. They're basically just like big index cards. Like, it's blank on one side and it's like lined on the other. I'm obsessed with using these. I got these from like a random, like another group thing I was doing, and someone was like giving away art craft stuff. They were like, I don't need these anymore. And I was like, I will take them, because any kind of paper I will draw on. And I'm so glad I took them, because I've just been like drawing random things on it, and then I'll like cut it out and paste it into my sketchbook. So like I journaled on one, I guess, and then this was, yeah, I drew this Dalmatian on one of these, because you can see the lines, and I cut it out, and I just think it looks cool. It kind of gives like some texture. I don't know. And this just proves that you don't have to use expensive materials to make good art, or to just have fun making art, right? I love using cheap paper, especially, I don't know, it just feels like sometimes when you use cheap supplies, it feels less intimidating, you know? Like, instead of using my super fancy gouache or like these super nice acrylic markers, like I'm just gonna use like Crayola. Like, sometimes that's fun to just use like cheap stuff. And it can make really great art too. That's my soapbox. It's Glinda! So obviously this was my Wicked phase. I mean, it's not a phase. I've been obsessed with Wicked since I saw it live when I was like 12. Yes, I've been a Wicked stan since I was 12. Okay, I was here before it was cool. I just want everyone to know that. Yeah, this is Glinda and Elphaba. For some reason, Elphaba looks 14 and Glinda looks 28. I don't know why I did it like that. That's just how they ended up looking. But I really like this page. I think it's cute. They're both different, but I like both of them too. I just love this pose. I think I was referencing like another drawing on Pinterest of her for this. And like it doesn't look like Ariana Grande, but I like how it turned out. Like I just really like the face. I like how it turned out. Any other Wicked stans out there? I'm sure there's so many. Tell me in the comments if you're a Wicked stan, okay? Tell me if you like the movies too. I watched the first and the second one. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the first one. Was incredible. I have mixed feelings about the second one, but it was still good. I mean, it was Wicked. I knew it was going to be good, you know? So many sparkles, just so many. Oh yeah, so I got really sick last year in December, at the end of the year. Yeah, because it says December 11th. I was very sick. I have not been that sick in a long time. And I did go to what did I do? I went to Rapid Med, and they gave me some meds, and I was coughing really bad, and they gave me cough syrup, and I didn't realize how strong it was or how much I was supposed to take, so I think I took a little too much, and I was a little high on the cough syrup. And so I drew this while I was feeling silly on the cough syrup. But I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's like messy. And I did it on one of those big note cards again. Just some more doodles and random things. I like this. I like how that turned out. I wanted to draw something metallic and shiny because it's always fun to do that. Here's more of my UFO planet stuff. Here's Jill. I think this is a really cute drawing, actually. That's cute. Here's a pigeon. I like how this pigeon turned out. I guess this is like my animal page. I started drawing this horse and it just kind of got kind of weird because it was like going into this drawing. So it's not the most aesthetically pleasing, but like, it's, you know, it's practice. Once again, it's a sketchbook. I think the mouse is really cute. I think the bear is cute. Then my boyfriend wrote this because I wanted him to draw in my sketchbook, and he was really anxious about drawing in my sketchbook because he like didn't want to mess it up, and I was like, just like draw a heart, and so he drew a heart. And he put that. And then this is from a sticker book he got me for Christmas, and it's really cute. It's like filled with butterflies, and I've always wanted a big sticker book, and it was really sweet. But also I feel like it's one of those things where I'm just never going to use the stickers in it because I'm like scared because they're so pretty. So I need to remember that. I need to actually use them. But I did use one right there. So there you go. I like these two portraits. I do. I don't know if there's much to say about them. I think they're mostly done with acrylic paint markers. And then some pen, I think I want to say, I don't know what this is. Maybe this is some kind of other marker. And by the way, I know that this is like off, okay? I know that the frame is not perfect. I did that on purpose. I just wanted you guys to know that. I didn't want someone to be like, the frame's off and you're bad. You said that you're a perfectionist, but you're actually bad. And I just don't want someone to say that. And I had to fix that little spot right there, okay? Anyway, I know the frame is off. That's all I was saying. Okay, I did it for artistic, what's it called? It was an artistic choice. Anyway, I think they're cute. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it. This guy's silly. I don't know. Everything's like a little off in this portrait. Like the eyes and the neck and like it's all a little off, but that's okay. Once again, it's a sketchbook. And you know what? He looks silly. And that's the only thing I can ask of him. This is me trying to do a landscape. So I got these watercolor brush markers for Christmas, and I really love them. Like, they're really fun to use. They're hard to blend. Like, they're not great for doing like realism or like they're not great for blending, so I use them on this landscape, and I loved the sketch of this landscape. I don't love how it turned out, but it's okay. I think I kind of talked about it down here. I was like, I don't really like the way it turned out. It looks like I was having some art block too, so I don't know. I mean, I like looking back at these moments in my sketchbook because it's like, yeah, I was pushing through the uncomfortable art block, or like, you know, not being satisfied with my work. Because like, I don't know if other artists relate, but I'll be working in my sketchbook sometimes, and it's like, for this for example, I'll do this piece and it's like, oh, I didn't like how it turned out, and it's kind of frustrating. And then it's like, oh, the one I just did before that, I also didn't like how it turned out. And it's like, I don't know, you start having like self-doubting thoughts of like, am I good? Am I a good artist? Am I making progress? Whatever. And then it's like, well, I did like the pages I did a few days ago. Like it's all part of the practice, right? I have to remind myself about that a lot, is that you have to make bad art in order to make good art. Like, that's just how it is. And a lot of artists, especially professional artists, I mean, they're not going to show you the bad art that they make, right? The art that they really don't like. I have worse art than this, I'm sure, that art is in like my other messy sketchbooks that I'm not showing you guys. Like, there's always, even the best artists like can make some really ugly shit. Like, even the best artists can make some really ugly art sometimes, and I think it's healthy because, so, I don't know, sometimes you'll look back and you'll be like, was it really ugly or was it just different? Did I just not appreciate it at the time? Anyway, I know I have to remind myself of that a lot, so. I really like drawing these tomatoes, especially the shadow. That was really fun to do, just like a darker color of the background. It was like the composition was weird the way I did it, so I think I redrew it on the next page. Yeah, I did a little mini version of it, which I don't know, I like both of them. They're both different. I think it's cute. I was trying to do, I always see art where it's like there's some kind of like frame, like kind of like this portrait a little bit. There's always some kind of like frame with like designs on it, and I just think it's really cool. It looks really cool. So I think this is me trying to kind of emulate that style. I don't know if I totally got it, but it was fun. Kitties! I really like this kitty. I like its face. That's cute. I like this girl. I like the spread. I feel like the spread looks cohesive. This is one of my more cohesive spreads. I really like the pencil drawing of this. I still like the pen drawing, but it I don't know, it was just one of those sketches where I was like, I didn't want to color it because it was so, I loved the sketch, but I was like, it needs color. I think it was like, it's like the last spread of my sketchbook, so I was like, it needs some color, you know, why not? It's a little messy, but I think it's cute. This little cat-like creature. And here is the end. So I just did some random texture stuff, just having fun. And then it says, I hope you enjoyed. Come again soon. The end. And then I put a cute little drawing of Jill down here. Yeah, there you go. That's cute. Yeah, that's the end. I feel like we went through that pretty quickly. And then I signed it just so that anyone who looks through this knows that it was me who did this. Oh yeah, and then I put my, I was like, what's in here? I put my old screen protector that was on my phone in here. It's like, I don't want to get it out. It's like all cracked and old. I don't know, I just put it in there. Yeah, that's the end of the sketchbook. Cute. But yeah, I had fun making this sketchbook. It's fun every year, making a new sketchbook and getting to look back and seeing my improvement and seeing kind of like the themes that come up as I'm drawing. Like, I talked about, you know, my character Jill coming up a lot, and then those like landscapes and the UFOs. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this sketchbook tour. If you want to watch any more videos on my channel, I have a few other sketchbook tours, and then I also have some like longer form content videos of me doing like big oil paintings and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, like, go to my channel, check it out if you want to, and if you don't want to, then that's totally fine too, I guess. No, I'm kidding. And then if you guys really like my stuff, you can subscribe if you want to. No pressure. Okay, no pressure. You can subscribe if you want. Do I have anything else to say? I guess the only thing I have to say is wherever you're living, whether it's America, whether it's somewhere else, like, I hope you guys are doing okay. If you're struggling with things, I get it, all right? I have my own mental stuff going on all the time. And it's really hard to deal with stuff like that on top of the shit that's going on in our country and around the world. So I know it sucks right now, but I just want you guys to know that you're not alone, all right? I'm sure everyone's feeling stressed and uncomfortable during these times, but the important thing is that we're gonna make it through it, right? We're gonna survive and we're gonna win, okay? Because there's more of us than them, and that's all I have to say about that. Actually, I have a lot to say about that, but we don't have time to get into it. But yeah, anyway, fuck ICE, fuck Trump. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and leave me a comment. Tell me what's your favorite art material, and maybe what show are you watching? I'm watching Severance right now. I'm also rewatching Grey's Anatomy, which has been really fun. I've been watching that at night before I go to sleep. Anyway, thank you for watching. I still don't have an outro. I think my outro is now becoming me saying I don't have an outro, so that's kind of bad. We need to figure something out. But for now, I'll just wave bye like this. It's always kind of weird, but bye guys. I hope you're okay. We're gonna survive, okay? Keep drawing. Keep drawing. Keep doing things. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.